Now listen up, friends. The world of AI video has a new champion. I'm sure you've heard of Bytedance, the company behind TikTok. But have you heard of their AI video model, Seedance? You should. It's #1 on the artificial analysis leaderboard. But does it actually deserve the crown? Let's find out. In this episode, we'll breathe life into digital demons, forge heroines from pure imagination, and create our very own cinematic blooper reels. You're probably asking, just how good is this so-called #1 AI video model? Is it easy and affordable enough for an AI newbie to use? And will this Seedance platform eventually make TikTok influencers who don't need ring lights, Red Bull, and Riz, whatever that is? While Seedance does provide their own platform/user interface, for this little adventure, we'll be accessing the Seedance model through the elegant and much more cost-efficient Krea AI platform. Why not follow along with your boy Adrian? You'll find a link to Krea AI in the description below. Alright friends, it's time to put Seedance through the gauntlet. And when I say gauntlet, I mean my epic focus review system, which stands for features, output, cost, usability, and speed. Features. Does Seedance via Krea AI provide relevant features? To give you an idea of what's possible with Seedance, we're first going to visit seed.bytedance.com. On this page, you'll find a variety of different examples of what you can achieve with Seedance. Seedance claims to provide smooth and stable motion, native multi-shot storytelling, diverse stylistic expression, precise prompt following, and as I mentioned earlier, they're topping the leaderboards. We're now going to jump into the Krea AI interface to see what kind of options are available when using Seedance. Here we are in Krea AI. If you follow the link that I included in the notes, you'll land here at krea.ai/video. You'll know you're in the right place when you see the little video icon highlighted and you see this big video label in the middle. Krea AI provides a ton of options to create and edit your AI masterpieces. If you hover over the home icon, you'll see what I mean. We have all of these different areas in which you can dive in and create and edit to your heart's desire. However, for today's video, we're just going to leverage the Seedance model for our AI video creations. I'd like to draw your attention to the left side of the screen in which we have the plus icon, which allows us to create a new session. You can think of that as a new project or a new folder. Underneath that, you can see that I have 2 sessions or projects that I've already worked on, and Krea AI will automatically use the last video that I created in each of these projects as a thumbnail, and it will automatically create a name. Let's now go to the bottom left corner of the screen where you'll see the current selected model. Right now, the current selected model is WAN 2.1. We want to make sure that we change this to Seedance, right here. In the center of the screen, we can simply add our prompt and click Generate. Or if you would like to use an image as your first frame, you simply click right here, Start Frame, and select your image. We have the option to choose between 5 seconds and 10 seconds, and landscape or portrait. Whether you're leveraging the Seedance model from Krea AI or another interface like seedance.net, there's not a lot of options to choose from, but it seems that you have the options that are most important. For features, 4 stars. Friends, are you ready to create something wild, wonderful, and maybe just a little unhinged? Let me know by hitting that like button. Output. Does Seedance provide accurate and valuable outputs? Okay friends, it's time to dive in and see what this model can do. I'm going to click the Start Frame button to add an image. Today we'll be leveraging images that I found in the community areas of Krea AI and also Leonardo. This fantastical fall foliage image was created using Flux and can be found in the Krea AI community gallery area. I've uploaded each of the images that I'm going to be using today to ChatGPT, and then I asked ChatGPT to write me a compelling prompt using my image to video prompt framework. If you'd also like to create prompts in this way, just go into the notes below and grab my prompt expander. I'll go ahead and paste my prompt in. As we go along, I'll summarize each of the prompts for you. If you'd like any of them in full detail, just let me know in the comments below and I'll send that to you. For the first one, I'm basically asking for a cinematic zoom that glides over the waterfall and soars up to the balcony of the castle. In this prompt, I also specified that a woman is standing on the terrace of the castle, and that's where I would like the camera to end up. And let's go ahead and click Generate to see how this turns out. And here's our video. You have the option of choosing between a 5-second or a 10-second video, and it seems that 5 seconds was not quite enough time to end up showing a woman on the terrace of the castle. And for this one, I'm using this great alien spaceship image that was also created in Flux and can be found in the Krea AI community gallery. I'm specifying that the figure turns and begins sprinting away. The giant tripod takes a massive earth-shaking step forward. Also, lightning strikes a nearby rock formation, causing an explosion of dust and debris. Let's see how it turns out. And here's the result. We have the explosion. However, I think the explosion would be more realistic if it was the result of a direct and powerful lightning strike. Instead, it seems that the lightning is coming through in somewhat of a wave. Another Flux image from the Krea AI gallery. For the prompt, the shrouded figure slowly raises the lantern, its faint glow illuminating more of the fog-laden path ahead. The surrounding mist swirls and thickens. And for camera movement, slow, deliberate tracking shot. And let's see how this turns out. Here's our result, and overall, I feel that it looks good and it delivers on everything that I had in the prompt. And here we have a Godzilla-like creature created using Flux. For the prompt, the colossal creature rears its head back, jaws opening wide to unleash an earth-shattering roar. Clouds and fog are violently blasted outwards by the concussive force of the roar. A dramatic, rapid dolly zoom pushing in on the lone figure. Let's generate. Okay, we have our fierce Godzilla-like creature roaring so hard that the dust is flying up from the intensity of his roar. The scene jumps a little. You could argue that it might be a little better without that jump. On the other hand, you could argue that that makes the scene more interesting and creative. And sticking with our monster theme, we have this one by Flux. For the prompt, the monstrous winged creature slowly lowering its massive frame. Sparks from the fire dance and swirl in the disturbed air. A slow zoom in on the creature's menacing face and glowing eyes. Let's generate. Okay, we have our massive creature. We have the slow zoom in. Overall, I think this video looks cinematic and I think it turned out pretty good. And here we have an image of a brave female warrior from the community gallery area of Leonardo AI. For the prompt, her forward momentum ceases instantly. She plants her feet and raises her sword with a defiant stance. From the blurry background behind her, heavily armed city guards with glowing spears emerge as they surround her. For the camera, slow orbit around her as she turns, revealing the enemies closing in. And let's go. And here's the result. I think our main character looks really good. I think the soldiers in the back look alright. The ones on the left look a little more realistic. The ones on the right almost looks like they're holding hands and gliding through. And unfortunately, we're not getting the camera orbit that we asked for. Another one from Leonardo AI, we have this image of an epic car chase scene. For the prompt, the Lamborghini swerves sharply, trying to shake the G-Wagon. The G-Wagon, a relentless pursuer, matches the move, bumping the Lamborghini's rear corner. A shower of orange sparks explodes from the point of impact. As far as the camera, a rapid, shaky dolly out, pulling back from the cars to reveal the tunnel exit up ahead. It's a lot to ask for in 5 seconds, but let's see what we get. And generate. And here we go. Overall, I think the scene looks great. However, we do have some issues. The G-Wagon is not bumping the Lamborghini, so there's no reason for the sparks to be flying continuously. And I think we just didn't have enough time in the video for the zoom out showing the exit of the tunnel. Friends, let's see what kind of craziness we can create from some movie scenes. Here we have an image of James Bond getting out of his car, No Time to Die. Let's see what happens if we ask AI to have him launch into a surprisingly energetic acrobatic dance, performing a flip off the car and spinning around. And go. And it's absolutely ridiculous. As you may know, it seems that anytime the human body is turning over, the AI models just lose their proverbial virtual mind. Okay, let's try a simpler version of the prompt. Okay, here I basically removed the flipping and the spinning part and just said, he's dancing and people in the street join in. And it kind of works. Doesn't look very James Bond-like, but okay. How about this one, friends? It's an oldie but a goodie. Say Anything, starring John Cusack. I was curious, what would happen if the car behind John turned into a transformer? For the prompt, the car rapidly unfolds, it reassembles into a large, friendly-looking Autobot that mimics Lloyd's pose, also gazingly hopefully upwards. See what happens. Okay, Instead of the car transforming into an Autobot, it seems that a Autobot just pops up out of the roof of the car? Sure, why not? And then John Cusack's character, Lloyd, just drops the boombox into the back of his coat / backpack, perhaps? Silly AI. And perhaps the most iconic movie scene of all time, Titanic. What would happen if Rose, caught up in the moment, leans a little too far forward and loses her balance and falls off the ship? Let's find out and generate. And there you go. You would think it'd be a long way down between the top of a massive ship and the water. However, it doesn't seem to be. And I'm a little curious if Jack did this on purpose, because he finds it very amusing. They say the proof is in the pudding. And while I love pudding, I don't know if I love Seedance. The artificial analysis leaderboard says it's the best, but my extensive testing tell me Google's VO3 still has an edge, even without its audio tricks. I'm giving Seedance 4 stars for output. Friends, what do you think? Does Seedance scream #1 to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Cost. Is Seedance budget friendly? The Krea AI basic plan costs $10 a month. Commit to a year and they'll knock off 20%. That gives you 26 Seedance creations monthly, which comes out to about 38 cents per video. Bump up to the $35 a month Pro plan and each video is only 28 cents. Or go for the $60 a month Max plan and each video is only 16 cents. Earlier I mentioned that Seedance has their own UI that can be found at seedance.net. However, their basic plan is a flat fee of $29.90 for 4,000 credits. And while that may sound like a lot of credits, that only allows you 10 1080p video creations, which comes out to a staggering $2.99 per video. That's why I'm conducting this review via the Krea AI interface, which provides very reasonable pricing. For cost, using Krea AI, 5 stars. Usability. Is Seedance via Krea AI user-friendly and intuitive? Using the Krea AI interface is simple and elegant. When it comes to usability, the Krea platform ranks among my favorites. Just remember to always verify that you have your AI model of choice selected in the bottom left corner. For usability, via Krea AI, 5 stars. Speaking of intuitive, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on what's next. Speed. Does Seedance with Krea AI respond quickly and efficiently? My quickest Seedance video creation took a mere 50 seconds. Most of my creations clocked in at just over 1 minute. For speed, 5 stars. That makes my overall rating for Seedance via Krea AI a formidable 4.6 stars. Friends, did you know that it's now possible to not only create amazing AI images using a simple text prompt, but now you can also edit your images with a simple text prompt? The secret? Flux context. And I covered its game-changing power in my last video, in which I demonstrated how to easily add fascinating mythical creatures to your pictures, transform your favorite movie stars into charming Pixar-like characters, or even see what your favorite action hero would look like as a graceful ballerina. Sound interesting? Of course it does. Click here to check it out now. Until next time, stay creative, my friends.